Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. It's apparently the show of the icons.
Yes.
Because that's how we're rolling today.
Avatar show.
Yeah, in honor of Avatar 2.
Oh, is that it? Is that how we're spinning this?
Sure.
It came out forever ago.
You're welcome, James Cameron.
Clearly, we're the reason that you're going to be a box office hit.
Yes,
It has
exactly.
nothing to do with you already being one. It's fine.
Yeah.
We are the blue space cats. It's fine.
Clearly, it's all us. How are you doing, Cy?
I'm doing awesome now that I'm in a spot that I actually have proper internet.
And by proper, we don't by any means mean good internet.
No.
We just mean internet where Cy can actually stay in a conversation.
Yes, barely acceptable. Correct.
Barely acceptable. That's the best way for us to explain it. It is barely acceptable internet. But I'm glad that we got it figured out because we have Mr. Sweetcast himself. We have Clint. How are you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Sorry you can't see me, but
Yeah.
but I'm happy to be here. It's been, I was trying to think, have we streamed 4 or 5 times over the years?
Yeah, something
On
like
your
that.
channel? Yeah, something like that.
I think that we've done at least 3 of the 4 Downcasts.
Yeah.
We did your Dracula.
Oh, Fatal.
We did Fatal. Yep. So we've done like 5 or 6, I
Yeah.
think.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, we love having you on, man. Just keep making cool shit so we can keep bringing you on.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Frog G says that's a pretty sweet looking icon, Clint.
Hey, see, Frog G gets it.
Yeah. Such a bad pun.
Yeah.
It's fine though. So before we begin, I do believe that we have a cosplay that we should be showing off.
That is true.
Drum
That
roll.
is true.
You ready for this?
It's gonna be hard to beat the last one, I think.
Look,
I'm excited.
It's hard to beat a lot of them. Like I made a diver's helmet. Like
Yeah.
Okay, that
It
thing
slowly-
caved in on itself.
I was gonna say that slowly caved in on itself like over the next week following the stream, but hey, it was good for the stream. That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Okay, I am ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red.
Has now become
Awesome.
Yay!
Yeah.
See, ordinarily I make the guest bigger
awesome.
than my square so that we can see the reaction clearly
yeah.
on the screen.
It's okay. The
No.
reaction was yay!
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
I feel like I finally have done her justice because the last 2 times I've cosplayed this character,
Yeah.
I just use my regular hair because
Yeah.
anytime I don't have to wear a wig.
You got the wig. You're evolving as the character is too, because you got the crown. Now,
Yeah, exactly.
The steampunk princess crown. And then, or diesel punk princess. I think that's how we describe
Yes.
it in the scripts. You have gloves. I don't remember if you had those before.
I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, I've owned these the entire time that I've had you on because these are my actual weightlifting gloves.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't remember that I had them, and literally about 5 minutes before I shot you the link, I was like, where are my gloves? I know I have these. I was like, she's wearing them. I should be wearing them.
That's awesome.
We're getting there.
It's 2 different worlds. It's like meeting someone or seeing someone that you know from high school at the grocery store or something. You're like, I know you, but I don't know how I know you.
Yeah. At least now I look much more clearly like your character.
Yeah. It looks great. You did
There.
a good job.
Thank you. Wow. Sigh. Wow.
You're not the only one cosplaying.
Wow.
Oh,
That
this was from Twitter.
Yeah.
This was my here in my garage.
Yep. From January.
Yeah. I love it.
Sigh, you are the creepiest internet stalker. I just want you to know that. Like, just goes back and is like, I'll find a good picture of Clint. Give me a second.
I look worried.
You do. You look really like concerned.
Yeah.
It was I look tired too. That was me like, oh, I'm gonna snag a quick picture. It was actually a business event going on, and I thought I want to make this joke because there's Ferraris. Those are like, I think they're Ferraris behind me, or Lambos or something.
Some
I-
expensive car.
Yeah,
I think Ferraris, based on the shape of the emblem on that
Okay.
white one behind you.
yeah.
But that face says to me, I hope I don't scratch the car behind me.
I'm gonna take this picture and then run away from these cars before something bad happens and I get blamed.
I'm not breathing in its direction.
It's like that meme. I don't know what the name for it is, but there's that older guy with a white beard, white hair, and he's trying to smile, but he looks dead inside.
Yeah. The one where he's like,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, he looks concerned or constipated or actively pooping.
It just, yeah, it's that look that says so much.
It does. It's none of it's good.
Yeah.
By the way, none of what it says is good, but it does say a lot.
I thought I downloaded that clip from Jaws. Looking into its eyes, dead eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Oh man. Okay. So we're here
Next time.
because Downcast is now on volume 4. Dude,
4.
that's insane. Oh my gosh, you have
Yeah.
so many of these and they're just so much freaking fun. They're so good.
Thanks. Yeah, it's crazy because I always have to remind myself that most independent comic books anywhere and throughout time don't get this far. I mean, this is
No.
volume 4, so like this is taking it up to issue 10 or 11, I think, total.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm really getting into the story, which is fun, but I have to just keep reminding myself like that I'm treading where few have trod.
Mr. Eric Weathers, hello,
Hey,
sir.
Eric.
It's been a long time since we've seen you too. Welcome. It's good to see him.
The court does require you to introduce yourself.
Terrible. We got Ollie in the chat. Look, see, we tweet out here we're gonna be streaming with Clint, and everybody that we haven't
Yes.
seen in like a long time, they're like, "Hey, what's up, Red Valkyrie? It's come pop by." I'm like, "Oh, I miss all my people."
Clint's milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
It is.
That's
it's
what it
it's
is. Yeah.
it's the sweet factor because look at that face.
Wow.
Sorry.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna keep scrolling down your pictures on Twitter, see if I can find a more compromising one.
Yeah.
I just love the thing that makes this different for me, Clint, is the fact that like we've met and we actually
Yeah.
like you don't live far from my mom. And so like
No,
Like,
yeah, not
it's-
at all.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like we kind of like we've met and I was like, "No, this is like someone I would totally hang out with." Like IRL. And hey,
Yeah.
I've only got 3 more years before I'll be part-time back in Utah, so we're going to have to hang out.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it
was
makes
fun.
this different, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because there are so few people I've met in real life. You're one.
Yeah.
Eric, I went and visited Eric.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, we have.
Eric, I would love to meet you in real life. That would be a fun one.
Yeah, actually, I should. I'll find the video. We did a
Oh.
really, really short video. It's just like 30 seconds or something like that. I'll find it on my channel real quick.
Sai, you can't cosplay as Clint right now. That's
He
confusing.
posted his logo on his timeline.
So you stole it so you could cosplay him?
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, is how they say.
Yeah, clearly. Terrible.
I'm just being a silly goose.
Oh my gosh. Tyler, you met Tyler because
Yeah, Tyler.
because we all had dinner together.
Yeah. So it's been you, Tyler, Eric. I've met Leroy. That might.
Did you
be
really?
it. Yeah, that might be it. No, wait, hold on. There's a couple more actually because I've met. Now I'm drawing a blank. I know. Let me think about it. I've met at least 2 more.
So, have you met Adam Lawson?
No, I have not.
So that's one that needs to happen because Adam also has family in Utah.
Oh, okay.
So like when I went home for Christmas this last time, actually, I met Adam for the first time, and we went out to eat, because apparently that's the only way I know how to meet people is to like, hey, let's go to a restaurant.
You meet on neutral. You're a chick. You meet on neutral territory.
Yeah, of course, but it's always like surrounded by food. Like, I'm very specific with my neutral territory. It has to be someplace where if it goes horribly, I can at least have a good meal.
Yeah,
Now-
food is safe.
Yes.
Here's the question, though. Do you go Dutch when you meet people online?
Yes.
Good.
With the exception of Adam insisted on paying. Like,
Were you actively working for him at the time, or
No.
had you just finished working for him? At the
I had just finished working for him, and it was
Okay.
it was almost like a business meeting that Adam wanted to have.
He wrote it
So
off. He wrote it off.
He probably did, which is fine. Yeah, Ollie says yes. Let's go eat. I love it. But yeah, it's
You, me, and Luke went out and ate in Orlando.
yeah, and like we, Luke's like our brother, so I've met Luke in real life, obviously Cy. I've met you, Tyler, Adam, and then this weekend I'll be meeting Bill and Cat Mouse for the first time in person. Possibly Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, which will be funny.
Wow.
So we'll see how that goes. And I have been tasked with attempting to get an autograph from Sergeant Slaughter. So we'll see if that pans out. I'll show you. I got these specifically for the occasion because they were too fucking funny. The Sergeant Slaughter Funko Pop from
Nice.
G.I. Joe. So I got 2 of them because I figure if I manage to get his signature, I'll have one, and then I'll give one to Leek, who is the buddy who asked.
Then you'll
But yeah.
sell the other one.
And yeah,
Well, I mean, maybe.
come to think of it too, I've met most of the alternate creators in person too.
Have you see? That's another crew I'd love to meet in person.
Specifically, I'd love to meet Pizza.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Pizza.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
There's
He's good peeps.
Plastic City Comic Con last summer. It was really fun. There's a few like Rob Geronimo. I wanted to meet him, but he didn't go, so that would have been fun. But I posted the link. I don't know if you just want me to share my screen, but I put it in the private chat.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Because then I don't have to stop sharing mine.
Yep.
And we can
perfect.
just switch to you.
And this
Yeah.
is, this will be great because
I'm so excited because I clicked on it so I could see it open, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to see what happens.
it's real short. Let me go full screen.
Oh, did you share audio?
Oh, can you hear it?
I don't hear it.
Oh, let me try that again. Hold on.
It's almost like we're new to streaming.
I even did.
It's okay. On our 600th episode, I totally fucked up like everything. I
You
think that
played our intro as our
I played our
outro.
intro for our outro, and I was like, yeah, it's a good thing I haven't done this like 559 times prior to.
Yeah, and I just noticed sometimes they just change one little thing, and in this case, I had it clicked for share tab audio, but not when I clicked on screen, not entire screen.
Right.
It's so dumb. All right, here we go. All right, I am here at Barnes & Noble. I wanted to show you the comic book section compared to the manga section. And the problem is you're not getting a lot of people over here that are actually buying. Eric?
Hey, how's it going?
Miss Marvel?
No, not at all. No, it's an illusion.
This is awkward.
This is very awkward. I'll see you later.
That's it.
It's so great. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
that kills me.
We're like, okay, you're gonna read Miss Marvel, so you'll be holding that. But we had to say it because it was too. Yeah. Hey, there we go. I think that's from Plastic City.
Oh my gosh.
That's you meeting. Was it?
Oh,
on, I
Peter
gotta scroll
David
back.
was it?
Yeah, Peter David.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that was Salt Lake Comic Con.
Oh, see, I left Salt Lake before we were cool enough to get a Comic-Con. I was really upset.
It's fun.
Also, I'm going to stop scrolling because I've hit 2 years ago. So
Oh my gosh, Sai. Sai's obsession is real. Obsessive.
I will only scroll back farther than 2 years for Shae.
Please don't.
I've been all the way back to the creation of her Twitter, and let me tell you, she's had Twitter for a long time.
It's pretty bleak in those days, huh?
Yeah,
I joined Twitter, and I think that I joined Twitter like way forever ago, and then was immediately overwhelmed by Twitter, and then I just abandoned
didn't post
it
for 6
like,
years. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was it 6? That okay?
Well, you joined in July 2013.
Oh my gosh, we're actually going through this.
Wow.
And I wasn't active until like around like May 2019, I think. Oh, what's up? The Canuck, he says, hey Clint.
Hey.
We also got Gordon Goodbrother. How you doing? He says, luscious tresses. The envy is real. For a low price of $29.95, you too can have these exact
That
same
hideous plastic
wig.
brown wig.
Sai's so mean. Sai says that this does not look good at all, and I want to punch them in the face. They're so mean.
No, I said you're too fiery for it.
You're such a bitch. I was like, how would I look as a brunette? And Sai goes, no. I was like,
And no. What exactly I said was not good.
not good. Yeah, Sai. I was like, yeah, what do
even
you
worse.
think? And Sai just goes, not good. And I was like, I'm gonna cry. It's a good thing I have good self-esteem. Thank you,
Look.
Jason. He says, you look good, Shae. Sai is lame.
You had red hair, then it turned blonde. You look good as a blonde. You look good as a redhead. You look good with black hair. You do not look good with that brown.
I don't look good with blonde either, but it's fine. Anyway, so Downcast
Lies.
4. 80 pages.
80
I know,
pages.
Wow.
Desperately trying to get this back on track. So you've got chapters 1 and 3 done by Ignacio Lazaro, and then
Yeah.
Eric actually is your artist for chapter 2.
Yeah, so Eric, I thought, okay, so for me, when you shift artists, it's really annoying as the reader to, suddenly there's a different artist. And so in this case, I thought I really want to do something with Eric, on
Yeah.
the art, but it has to make sense storytelling wise. And so it's actually a flashback. That whole chapter is
Oh, that's so
the
cool.
Monstro, and it's a really important part of his history. You have to know it at that point in time. So, so he draws that whole chapter. So, I think it works really well because it's a flashback. It'll just visually convey that it's a different time, different place. But then, we also have Eric's fantastic artwork. So
that's super cool.
It's fun. And
I
Nacho's
really-
killing it too, as you can see. I love his artwork. It's so fun.
Well, and the thing is the way that you're using, like, switching artists, I think is one of the only ways to really do it well.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing, I've seen where people do it if you're telling bits of story through various perspectives and changing artists as you change perspectives to match the different people and their version of reality. That can be really cool too, but the flashback is probably one of the most classic ways to do it, and I feel like it's almost a more effective storytelling tool, because one of the problems that I have especially if it's a big flashback, right? If it's something that's going on for a long time and it has a lot of moving parts to it and there's a lot of backstory, so you're sitting in the flashback for a while, it's not just 2 or 3 pages, I forget that it's a flashback.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you come back to like this time period and you're like, oh shit, how much of that was damn, like, hold on, I actually lost where the flashback started because I just got too into the story. So having a different artist does kind of change it in your mind. So you're like, this is still flashback, like it's a different style, so I can stay with it being flashback.
Right. Yeah,
And if you can't find another artist you like, just do the flashback in black and white.
That's the other way to do it. Yeah, just cut all color out and
yeah,
hope people
sepia
don't fall
tone.
asleep. Yes, do it all in sepia.
How many
tone.
how many books have you read that do that?
So
Do it in that shitty green like monitors used to be once upon a time.
Yeah,
Ew. Oh,
there you go.
Ew.
It's all grainy
That's-
too.
Yeah,
that's unpleasant.
it's all
Yeah,
Commodore 64 rendered. There you go.
I'm gonna have Side do a flashback for something in Laserhand, and it's just gonna be stick figures and bulgies. Like,
Oh my
That'd be
god,
great.
multiple bulgies. Wow.
You'll have to change their hairstyle so you know which is which.
One'll have a middle part, one'll have a side part.
Yep, exactly. It'll be
One'll
fine.
have the I've lost my hair, so I'm doing the tornado.
Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite like panels that I've seen so far from this book because I love the way that he did stained glass.
Yeah,
Because it's simple. Like people get so intricate with stained glass that it loses a lot of its allure in comic books. Because like in person you can do that because it's usually like 10 feet tall and there's a lot of light coming through, so there's a lot of time you can spend looking at it. But when you're doing it in something like this where it's in the background, if you do too many lines, it becomes really, really difficult to track what's going on, and it kind of loses like the beauty that goes with stained glass.
Yeah, this was one I was actually waiting to launch the campaign until we had this page done because I mean it's in the trailer too. We have the stained glass, and it's just symbolically an important moment for the story. And I don't know that anybody else, if you're just seeing the campaign, you're probably not going to know that. But to me, it didn't feel right unless we had it. And I gave him such minimal direction. I was like, here's some pictures of stained glass. There's these particular 3 specific characters I need. So it was such a big ask because it was 3 new character designs plus a stained glass version, even though you haven't drawn the real version of those characters. So
Right.
it was a big undertaking, but he killed it.
Think of this as like doing the really basic oblong type version of the characters, and then we can just nail down the details a little later when you actually draw them.
Yeah, and I gave him some references of concepts and stuff, but I'm like, how is he going to do this in stained glass? But yeah, it turned out great. I really like that page.
It really did. And I like the mostly white and blue being the central, and then one side is a lot more yellow and golden, the other side is a lot more like greens, and having it just kind of fits really well. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably my favorite panel out of everything I've seen has been that.
Yeah.
Though I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's like the beginning of a big action scene in the last chapter. So
you don't say.
Yeah.
You don't. I thought that he was jumping out because he was late for tea, and he was just gonna sit down and have some high tea and some crumpets.
He's in a hurry.
He is. He seems to be, and he also really like after wearing the giant helmet, like newfound respect and fear for this character.
Totally, yeah.
Entirely, because I'm like, that thing was, I had so much space around and I still felt so claustrophobic. And I was like, this is a lot. And this dude, and this is made out of really shitty paper mache, and this dude's wearing an actual one that's all metal and pressurized. And I was like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and in reality, you look at it's hard to even move in those things, those old diving suits. They couldn't do anything.
No.
But yeah, making the character be able to have full mobility and everything, it's a comic book, so.
If anything, it really just kind of sells the scare factor of him, because if you understand what those are like, and you know that limited mobility is kind of like the name of the game if you're in one of those old school diving suits, and then you see him trucking along, you're like, how fucking yoked out is this dude that this isn't even phasing him, and he's just like, yeah, this is just what I wear. You're like, no, I feel like you're very much a demon that should not be able to do this stuff.
Yeah, No, totally. Yeah, that's definitely a part of it. He was fun too because I thought when I don't know, did you ever read the Secret History of Strat? I just had the backup story in Downcast 2, and it was just text. So
I think so, but I can't recall any of it right now. To be honest,
that's okay. But that section. Somebody had suggested, I think it was Scott McCullough. Hey, have some kind of backup history or something like that. That's not a comic book, like just written. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I came up with the Monstro, but I kept thinking, what would they throw him in the ocean in? Like a coffin? I kept trying to think of what they would put him in to throw him away.
Right.
That they would also happen to have on a boat. And then it
Right.
seemed really obvious. A diving suit. That's perfect. So,
Especially if it's the old school kind that's like
yeah.
all metal, because that's going to sink.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they filled the helmet with ether and threw
Look
him
at
over.
Cyborg. Look at Cyborg. 160 pounds, not including the weights for the helmet, boots, belt, and harness.
Oof.
And it's also $6,000 to $14,000 just for a helmet.
Wow.
Yep.
Also, I felt the need to show this. Cyborg has apparently updated their cosplay name. They are #Clint2. This is why you come here.
It was
The
Clint.
160 pounds is the harness, the shoes, and the helmet, but not the weights, because there are 8 weights that they put on for
my
added
God.
buoyancy.
To help you sink, right?
Yeah.
That's so heavy. So it would work. It would totally work.
It would. That's heavier than cement boots.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Concrete galoshes.
That is horrifying to think of.
Yeah.
So I'm just now realizing that there was a cosplay I could have done that I haven't done before, but you know what? Fuck it, because I wanted to do her the correct way, because all the other times were just slapdash. Let's be real. It was not good enough.
I thought they were good. Then at the time when I see this, that does look great. I haven't seen. You have to bend your head down because I can't even see how high the crown goes up. That's like legit. You went
Hold
all
on.
the way. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I worked on making sure that it was. I was like, it looks like
And
it's
the
about
jewel.
this tall, and yeah, I got the little jewel in there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I tried really hard to be a lot more accurate this time. I was pissed though, because like I got the little ribbon for the stripes, and when I bought it, it just looked black. I peeled off the tape and I go to sew it on, and it's black on the top, black on the bottom, and mesh in the middle. And I was like, "You're fucking kidding
Oh,
me! I
no.
just wanted black ribbon. How hard is black ribbon?" Ridiculous. Neff says that I need to buy a deep sea diver outfit. Look, I already paper mache'd a helmet once. And that was really, by the way, that was so much fun to throw away because it wouldn't fit. Like, it wouldn't break down enough that I could, like, shove it in the trash can so people couldn't see it. So it literally sat on the top of my trash can waiting for... And I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of, like, high school
Your
teenagers.
deep sea dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I just had, like, all of my normal household trash and then, like, this giant deep sea helmet
Yeah.
on the top.
You're like, okay, what is she into? I don't know.
I really want to know what my neighbors who don't talk to me regularly or my trash people think, because the stuff that gets thrown away and the stuff that I like will run out to my car dressed in.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for my neighbors to be like, we don't know what she does. She stays in her house all the time. We just don't. We just don't ask.
We
just
hear
leave her alone.
pterodactyls screaming, and there's a deep sea helmet.
Yeah, it's fine. It just sounds like a madhouse over here. Don't be my neighbor. Sorry, everybody. What I was going to say is I realized that this is a character that I could have cosplayed. And I know nothing about her.
Oh yeah, the one. So she's being thrown out the window right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her first appearance is in the very first volume, and right at the beginning, Rise throws her out the window, and that seems like it was there to show you what kind of person Rise is, but it actually has a lot more significance because right here, this isn't really spoilers because this is part of Carver's lore, but we're getting into it more. But that's his wife that's being thrown out the window.
Oh my gosh.
And they're both part of this cult, And so he's like, am I going to be loyal to this, the Deadliner cult, or am I loyal to my wife, who is now dead? And so it's just this, he's
Wow.
got this tragic backstory that keeps getting worse.
Oh my gosh, I need to go back and reread. I feel like I've skimmed over stuff at some point. Like all I
There's
know
a
is
lot.
every time I've read anything that you've written, I've been like, yes, it's so good. And then I get caught up in 500 other things, and then I end up forgetting about it, which is kind of shitty, but also great because when I go back to read it, it's like I get to experience it all over again for the first time, and I'll read something and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that happened.
Totally,
Just like,
yeah.
holy shit.
I'm the same way. It's that's why you can enjoy it again when you reread it. So, but yeah, when
Yes.
you read it, when you get around to reading it again, just know like the window scene now will have a lot more significance. So
Oh my gosh, like my stomach just dropped out the thought of that. That is so holy shit. Wow. Yeah, so this looks really really cool. So you're not hosting it on a traditional crowdfunding site like before. So you want to tell us a little bit about the decision behind that?
yeah, so I mean, this was a big step. It honestly, I feel like this has been inevitable in that you crowdfund so many books, you have to start focusing on what is your primary sales channel, and if it's a business, like it should be your sales channel, you know.
Yeah.
So because of Indiegogo's shenanigans with shadow banning, I thought, well, this is probably the best time to try it. I'm still gonna go back and use Indiegogo, and I'll probably use Kickstarter too, to be frank. But I think having this be the priority, like it's on my own site, this is where you can back it first. That's I don't know, that just kind of shows where my priorities are, and it was a fun experiment. So I have the backer count here instead of the dollar amount. At first, I thought there were going to be people fussing over that, but no one really cares. It seems like
No. I don't think that like the dollar amount is really just a useful thing for other people who are going to crowdfund to get like a realistic idea of what things are going to go
Right.
for. So I can see it being beneficial for that, but you're not like a new creator. You've been
Right.
doing this for a while. People know your name. People know that you fulfill. They've seen you through, when you were with Alterna for a brief amount of time. They've seen you with your spin-off things that aren't Downcast. They've seen you with Downcast. So it's really just, they know you, and it makes sense for you to do this on your platform.
yeah.
That
I think
being
it's-
said, are you doing exclusives on your platform that aren't going to be on like Indiegogo or Kickstarter or?
yeah, there's the trading card pack right on this site. The way that it works is, if I can't remember how much it is, it's like $60 or something like that. If you add on enough add-ons, it'll be added to your cart for free, and that's just sort of a way that you could build whatever collector's bundle you want, and you'll have that trading card set. So that's something I thought would be fun to add to the site. I think in the future I would do it a little differently, but it was my first time go around this way. So yeah, and then on the other crowdfunding sites, I just want to, I might have, hey, there's a trading card there, or something like that. But I want, if you back it from the site, you're going to get everything covertly. I know, like when it comes to like Kickstarter, they want something exclusive, and so you have to promote that as being the exclusive item, that makes it different. And I don't fault them for that necessarily. I fault them for a number of other things. But Indiegogo right now just doesn't care, or at least they don't say they care. So, but I thought it'd be fun to just do a trading card. On
Don't
each
forget
one.
doxing everybody.
Doxing everybody. Is that
Indiegogo had a glitch in their system for a period of time where everybody with sign up
Everybody-
list, this is what
yeah.
Neff showed. If you had a sign up list on Indiegogo, it was showing like your name and address.
If you had an
no.
active pre-launch page, plus if you had used that account to back anyone in the past that had a physical delivery, it would show the address that you had sent that delivery to
oof.
on your pre-launch.
This is why everybody gets my PO box address, and because I had somebody show up who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop this off for Shae. I thought this was her house," and I was like,
Whoa.
I will forever be keeping this PO box because wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
Like they said it to the guys at the UPS store who are like really good friends of mine. It's a husband and wife duo, and they were like, "Yeah, we were super concerned for you, and we were like, you also cannot just leave things here. They have to be mailed."
Yeah.
Like, through the mail system.
Oh my god. They literally just showed up to drop off something.
Yeah.
Wow.
No call, no like coordination ahead of time. Just like they were going to show up and just drop something off for me. And I was like, thank fuck it was my PO box. Because if you would have shown up at my door, you would have been met with a gun.
Well,
and
was it
I don't want to
something-
shoot someone.
Was it something good at least? That they
I mean,
left
like, it was fine. It wasn't anything that was like dire has to get given right this second. It was like it was like comic stuff. Like, dude, just mail it.
Right, yeah.
Or hit me up and we'll like meet at Third Eye Comic Store or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, we'll meet someplace publicly.
Make it
where
a
I'm not
consensual
gonna
visit, right?
Right. Like, this
show
is
up.
not how this works.
Oh, no.
If y'all want to know why women are weird on the internet, this is why. It's because this shit happens and we're just
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Psy and Uber Eats. I don't use Uber Eats because it creeps me out that somebody could be like Uber with people and then flip around and like grab my food and then bring it to me. I don't know why. I just don't like that idea.
You don't want
DoorDash.
your food sitting in the fart riddled car seat where some fat guy just got out.
No, not really.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I feel like, you know, when, although to be fair, I've had a few DoorDashers that have come, like most of my DoorDashers are great, but I've had a couple of DoorDashers where I'm like, maybe I don't order DoorDash for a while because
Take it back.
I don't know that I want to eat this. Like, after seeing you know, your pants halfway down with your ass crack hanging out and watch you just with your belt buckle back up and then grab my food. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So
last
I don't know
week-
that I'm hungry anymore.
Last week I was in a hotel and they delivered it. Like there are two buildings to the hotel and there are two hallways to each building. They at least got the building right, but they delivered it to the wrong hallway and the wrong floor. And there are
Yes, so I had to go up and down the floor until
Yeah.
I found their fucking dinner.
Oh no.
and they just
I'm
snatch
sorry.
it and hope that I wasn't like on the hotel security camera because I know they have
Right.
cameras in those hallways, like snatching something in front of someone's door. It was crazy.
I haven't
See,
I haven't DoorDashed very often, maybe twice, and it's
It's not
always
worth
like
it.
packaged food, you know. But
Someone
yeah,
just
it's-
showed up at Rainy's house. Oh my god.
Lyft
Oh.
lunch. Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Lyft lunch. Yeah, for anyone out there, don't just show up. I don't care if you talk to people online. Don't ever just show up at somebody's house unsolicited.
Right.
Dude,
Like,
I
just
had
don't do it.
2 days ago I had DoorDash. The guy showed up in like a Chicago Bulls tank top and a backwards hat, and he was at least in his 40s, and he was the scuzziest, dirtiest looking guy I think I've seen in at least 6 months. I mean, just looking through my peephole, I could smell him. Like I could visually smell him.
The
That's
green
horrible.
fumes just
Yeah.
yeah.
Horrible.
Oh,
reaching out.
And the funny part, before he delivered my Chinese food, he swung through the drive-thru of the Popeyes chicken next door. I don't know if it was
Need
for
warm food?
himself or for someone else, but
He's
Dude.
trying to double dip.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, and it was really funny. I had one person. I did a double dash. So it's where like you order and then you have like 10 minutes to like pick something that's on the route that they can stop at too. And so I did a double dash this one time, and this guy goes. It was like some stuff from the grocery store that I just didn't want to have to drive out to go get, and then something from like some food place, and he dropped them off. And then he comes back and he knocks on my door all frantic. And I like reopen the door and he was like, "Were both of those for you?" And I was like, "Yes." And he goes, oh, okay. Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. And usually when I get like a double dash, it's for 2 different people. I'm like, I don't even understand how that's possible. Like the whole idea of a double dash is that it's the same address. You're going to a second location before their
like
house.
I can see the pizza delivery because it's all coming from the same place, and you're just hitting a few houses,
right,
with the pizza you've got. But yeah, not.
But not like an intentional like
Go to-
DoorDash delivery.
Go to McDonald's for Shae, then stop at Walgreens for Clint, and then
right. Like, I don't think that's how that works. Anyway.
That would be a weird. I think driving for Uber for me would not be definitely be low on the list. Like I'd rather be a bag boy, bagger for a grocery store than do Uber. But I can't decide if Uber Eats would be better or worse because I could see that being awful anytime you're dealing with people's food.
Yeah, I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't do either of it though. Like there's so many, all the ads that are like, oh, whenever I'm, low on funds, and it's always like some like cute woman and she's like, whenever I need a little extra, I just go and pick up a couple people for Uber and drop them off. And I was like, where do you live? Because I wouldn't do that where I am. Like somebody would be like, we need somebody to come pick us up. I'd be like, no. Nope. No. Sorry.
Like,
I'm not putting random people in the back of my car.
I have seen 2 reasonably attractive females ever doing delivery of some kind. I think they were both DoorDash. One was in Florida and one was here. And the one here was probably about as tall as Shae. And
She had a gun.
She probably did.
I would definitely strap.
Yeah.
100%. I would be like, it wouldn't even be concealed. It would just be out. I would make sure you could see I had it.
It would just be a bazooka hanging over your shoulder.
I did have a machete in the back of my car for a while. So
yeah, that's what I was waiting to say. Yeah, just cross strap a machete so it's over your shoulder. Yeah.
It'll be fine. Totally have the range in my tiny car to wield a machete.
Definitely. Well,
oh my gosh, we're not even
there's a
talking about
point on it.
Downcast.
You can stab. You don't have to slash.
All right, so this is fulfilling in September.
That is the plan right now.
Woodrow gets it.
Yeah, the book is 2/3 of the way finished, a little over that actually.
Okay.
So we're making progress. I think that date's probably fairly realistic. So
Awesome.
I was keep saying it could be sooner, but we'll see. I don't want to get too optimistic.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so let's go over what you've got here because it's on your site, it is a little bit different. So I want to make sure that people understand, like what everything is that's being offered that they can add on, so they can get the most bang for their buck.
So probably the best way to do this would be to look at the drop down menus there to the right.
Okay.
So first you pick your cover.
That won't show.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't see it. No.
That's great.
But
so there's covers.
So you can get one cover. So go ahead and select both covers. This way we'll show. There you go. So the picture will change. So here you got both covers. You got one from Eric Weathers on the left, and then you have Matt Weldon, who came back to do a variant cover. He's been on all 4, so that's been pretty cool.
That's neat.
Then you could go to the next drop down. This is if you want a t-shirt or not. You can just pop one in for the sake of, there you go. That has art by Keir Covington on the front of that t-shirt. It's nowhere else other than this t-shirt. So, and I colored it. So this is my first printed piece that I colored. So that's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Last add-on is if you are new to Downcast and you want to catch up, there you go. You could go crazy and get all the books that I have available, but that'll catch up. So it's really great for new readers. Just make sure to get one of those tiers that has the new reader book, and it's actually a really affordable way to get a lot of content. It's well over 200 pages worth of Downcast. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's everything. You can pick exactly what you want, and then if you spend over, I think it's $60, I believe, it'll be automatically added to your cart. You'll see a little thing pop up and let you know that how close you are. So there you go. It's popping up at the bottom there. So you get the free trading card. You also get free shipping. I can't remember the numbers, but like how much you have to spend. But that's why Shopify's nice, because it'll just do all that for you.
Very cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, look at it. It has a little sweet cat's free gift. That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, that's my little assistant that helps you keep track of how much you want to spend. So, and you can go throughout the store and add more stuff on as well. But have you seen the trailer yet?
No, so we're gonna watch it.
Okay.
That's part of our outro. We've got it ready to watch,
Cool,
and
cool.
I've been not watching them so I can like enjoy them with the audience.
Perfect. Yeah.
And
This is
that way
great.
we can, mute them like I just had to do with narwhals.
Yeah.
So, how's
Y'all
your
don't-
trailer music? Copyright?
No, so it's I specifically looked up free, everything free trailer music. I've not had any problems
Okay.
on my YouTube channel. Let me double check.
We're gonna trust Clint.
I'm gonna
if
double
we have
check
to mute it,
just
then
in
we'll just
case.
mute it.
But
You
we'll
know,
see.
the funny part about narwhals, right? It not only told me that it was copyrighted music, but it's like, and you could buy a license so you can have it on your YouTube channel. And I'm like, and I look at it, and it's like, oh, because it doesn't have a lot of views on it, we'll give you the license for free. Just read this fine print.
Wow.
Ew, we shall mute the song.
Shoot. Well, so I scrolled down in my YouTube where I have the original posted, and there's no.
No claims or
Yeah,
anything.
I did not monetize it, but there's no claims or anything on it. It's free and clear.
Well,
It'll
I don't
probably
think
be
you get a
fine.
claim until you monetize because there's nothing to claim.
I think
They would have to strike you.
yeah. So it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100%.
That's all right.
don't-
We'll
you
find out soon.
You could.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow.
Is there anything else that you want to tell us about or shill or push before we wrap, Clint?
No, I really appreciate you having me on to talk about it. Of
course.
I just gotta say, Downcast really is fun. It's been cool because it's the series I started with in comics, and here we are still continuing with it. If
Yeah.
you've liked any of my writing, I think it's just really fun to get that deep into a story. So, but yeah, appreciate you, Shae, and Cyborg Valkyrie for having me on with you. It's always fun.
Sigh.
You can keep that as your new avatar too.
Oh my gosh.
That's like the Fonzie face. Hey.
Hey, behind a mask. Real quick, how many more volumes are you thinking of for Downcast, or do you not have like an end goal yet?
So I have where I really want to end the story. The number of volumes is a little flexible. So I will say I'm hoping to be able to do 2 more, and that'll wrap up the series. But we will see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. There's at least going to be 1 more. I'm planning on the next one, so we'll just keep chugging
Awesome.
forward.
I think this one is my favorite, though. It's so unfunny.
That is my favorite too. That is the best.
That could be a meme.
Oh man. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out on a very special Thursday Red Valkyrie Presents, where we got to hang out with our buddy Clint. Finally, been having so many issues with us just not scheduling well.
Oh, we had you
it's been-
scheduled? Sorry.
Like
How's
twice.
Thursday?
For the first time, I was like, "This is coming way too fast. I'm not gonna be able to do it." But so I'm glad that we all got on.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were literally, you messaged me while we were about to go live for a different show, and I was like, what did I do? And I had to go back through our DMs, and I was like, oh, motherfucker, I double booked. I'm such an asshole. And then you were like, no, it's totally fine, though. We can just reschedule it. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I appreciate it.
It really is, though. I'm just so about comics. I'm so chill right now. It's all good. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm just happy to
Awesome.
be on.
Oh,
All
quick
right.
announcement to
Oh, no.
to our viewers.
Yes.
Damn it, they're leaving.
They all left.
Three have. No, don't leave yet. Come back. Come back. I'll give it a second. Oh, quick announcement. We are not having our Friday night regen tomorrow.
No.
Correct, Shae?
Yes.
Because
Yes, that
someone is
correct.
going
We
to
are
be on
not.
her... Because someone's going to be on her way to a convention.
Yes.
So, tune in Saturday for a live show from a con.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of shit show that turns into. Hopefully,
I know
it
that you
works.
have a time set for it, but I think we should play it by ear until,
Oh no, we are.
until you're
I
there
just am.
and talking
I'm
with
just
the
putting
interviewee.
something there. But
Yeah.
it'll be good. It'll be good.
Good call.
Nice.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget to
All
like, share,
right.
and subscribe to Red Valkyrie, and we will see you Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Every waking moment. Jax and Monstro are hunting for your friends. It's just a matter of time before all those supposed gods are all dead. But you don't really care about them, do you, Carver? Don't ask me why I'm here. Why I came for you instead of them. I ask the questions now, because I need to know. What are you hiding? And what's on the other side of that window? My home has become a hunting ground.
This music sounds like it belongs in Saw.